again and welcome to class 269. Okay. Almost 270, but not quite. Almost, but not quite. Not quite. No por los pelos, no is not quite. Almost 270. This course ends in class 300. Provisionally, tentatively. If we go on, I hope so. But in any case, class number 269, page 269. Hey, we're coinciding again with the class number and the page number. Vocabulary, point number 21. Are you ready? Vocabulary. En cualquier sitio, anywhere, any place. Hey, Richard, yeah. Where can I? Can I? Yes, where can I? Oh, where can I learn English? Where can I study English? Any place. You can study English in your bedroom. You can study English in your living room. You can study English at the kitchen table. You can study English in the bathroom. You can study English walking down the street. You can study English at the top of the Eiffel Tower. You can study English any place, anywhere, any place. Yeah. No excuses, okay? All right. Detail. Quiero los detalles. I want the details. I want to know the details. Every single detail. Every detail. Fácilmente, easily. Yes. English is easily the easiest language in the world. Maybe. To tell you the truth, I think maybe English is the easiest language to learn. English and Spanish. Of course, it depends on your definition of the verb to learn, because to learn English completely, perfectly, is impossible because of the phrasal verbs. But to learn to use English effectively, for effective communication, not perfect English, effective communication, I think it's easier than French, German, Russian, Japanese, Chinese, Arabic, etc. All right, so easily. Acontecimiento, event. This English course is an important event in your life. Event. Fracaso, failure. O un fracasado, a failure. I'm a failure. I'm not a success. Yes. I'm not successful. I have failed. Therefore, so, I'm not a success. I'm a failure. Fracasado, o uno que triunfa, triunfador. I'm a success, I'm a failure. Failure. El fracaso del plan, the failure of the plan. The plan failed. El plan fracasó. Falló. It failed. Salud, health. I think I'm in good health. So I think I'm healthy. Healthy is the adjective. Saludable, sano. Health, salud. So I think I'm in good health. Healthcare, lo que son asistencia sanitaria nacional, is healthcare. Healthcare is a very important area of the Spanish economy. It's a very important area of every economy in the world, healthcare. And a healthcare worker, trabajadores dentro del sector de la asistencia sanitaria, are healthcare workers. And many experts say that healthcare is a very important area for future. So if you or your children are interested, healthcare is a very important area. Gerente, manager. Remember the pronunciation from the last class. Manager, agent, magic. Tengo un gerente mágico. I have a magic manager. The site manager. Presión, pressure. Under pressure. You remember Freddie Mercury? Under pressure. Referente a, regarding. Concerniente a, regarding. Con respecto a, regarding. respecto de, regarding, concerning, regarding that problem, concerning that problem, regarding that problem, concerning that problem, concerning your idea, regarding your idea. All right. Seguridad física, safety. Seguridad financiera, económica, security. Seguridad contra robo, security. Seguridad contra daños físicos, safety. Sí, es las reglas de seguridad. The safety regulations. The safety rules. The safety regulations. Safety, health and safety. De éxito, exitoso, successful. Successful. Are you a successful man? Are you a successful woman? Is your attempt to learn English successful? Successful. It's strange. It's really strange. Sometimes I want to strangle my Spanish students because my Spanish students don't pronounce the X. Extremadura. This is Extremadura. Taxi. No, taxi. Expect. They say expect. And they don't pronounce the X. And so I insist. La X es fuerte in Inglés. The taxis in Extremadura are expensive. Exaggerating the X. But still, the taxis in Extremadura are expensive. Una X vaga. Phoneticamente. However, for some reason that I don't understand why, probably 100% of my students say successful, and I don't know why. Exitoso o de éxito es successful. Ese suave en medio. Successful. And for some reason that I don't understand, after 46 years, I still don't understand. My students always, I think always or almost always say successful. Okay. Successful. Success. Bueno, éxito es success. Success. Tener éxito is to succeed. Success. Y luego añades el full. Successful. Successful. El mejor, the best. I'm the best. Are you the best student in the world? I hope so. If you're the best student in the world, or if you try to be the best student in the world, your progress will improve. Permitir, to allow. To allow. To allow. There are three words for permitir. To permit. Permit me. Pero se dice poco. We don't say it very much. To allow. Permitir. Se dice bastante. Quizás el 2% del tiempo. Permit, el 0%. Allow, 2%. And let, 98%. It's interesting. Allow. To allow, we use, but we use let all the time. In fact, probably the first time in my life I used the verb allow in English, maybe I was 14. I mean, if you go to the playground in any primary school, you go to the playground. Playground is a patio de recreo, exterior. Outside, in any primary school in the English-speaking world, with a microphone, and you record 500 hours of children playing and talking, you go home and you transcribe those 500 hours onto paper. The verb to let will appear 7,000, 10,000 times in 500 hours. And the verb to allow, 0. Children don't use the verb to allow. We use let. And adults use let 98% of the time. We use it so much that we deform the pronunciation. Let me, déjame ver, déjame ir. Let me. Como gimme, para dame, gimme. Give me another, come on please, give me another chance. Give me another chance. Oye, déjame a mí hacerlo. Quiero hacerlo yo. Let me do it. Let me. Allow me to do it. Es super formal. Pero It's a good verb. To allow. To allow. También se usa mucho en el, esto nos permitirá mejorar las ventas. En este caso, let, no, allow. To enable, posibilitar, permitir en el sentido de posibilitar, is to allow. Yes, to allow. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and fame. Yes, that was Mick Jagger and something to the devil, I can't remember. Okay, I can't remember the name of the song, about the devil. And he says, allow me to introduce, permítanme que me presente. Allow me to introduce myself. Permitir is to allow, allow. All right, tener miedo de, to be afraid of. To be afraid of. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Por favor, no digáis I'm afraid. Some of my Spanish students say afraid. Afraid is un Federico. Y tú no eres un Federico. Tienes miedo. You are afraid. To be afraid of. I'm afraid of big dogs. I'm afraid of flying. I'm afraid of fast cars. I'm afraid of fast women. I'm afraid. To be afraid. Ahora bien, I'm afraid to, I'm afraid of. For example, which is correct? Si tengo miedo de volar, which is correct? I'm afraid of flying or I'm afraid to fly? Which is correct? Well, it depends. Normally, the correct expression is I'm afraid of flying. Because in this case, flying isn't a verb. Flying is a noun. Tengo miedo del volar, de lo que es volar. I'm afraid of, for example, tengo miedo de los perros, tengo miedo de los lobos, tengo miedo de la oscuridad, tengo miedo del volar. I'm afraid of dogs, I'm afraid of wolves, I'm afraid of the dark, I'm afraid of flying. And so in this case, it's a noun, it's un sustantivo. Gerundio, it's a gerund. Gerund, in English, the true meaning of the word gerund is un verbo empleado como sustantivo. El fumar es malo para la salud. Smoking is bad for your health. That's a gerund. Of course, to smoke is a verb. But in this case, we're using a verb in the form of a noun. Sustantivo, smoking. So to be afraid of flying. Afraid of. Now, I'm not afraid of flying. Me, I'm not. I'm not. However, if I'm in the airport waiting to catch a flight and the voice on the loudspeaker says, ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry to inform you that the flight will be delayed for 30 minutes because of mechanical problems. Okay, I'll wait. 30 minutes later, ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry to inform you that the mechanical problems have not been solved and we need an additional 30 minutes. Please, we apologize. All right, fine, another 30 minutes. After the second 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry to inform you that we are still trying to find the mechanical problem, but don't worry, you can fly on this airplane. Well, in this case, in this particular case, at that moment, maybe I will say, well, I'm not afraid of flying, but I'm afraid to fly on that plane. En este caso ya es un verbo. Tengo miedo de volar en ese avión, de subirme en ese avión. I'm afraid to fly. In this case, it's a verb. I'm not afraid of flying, but I'm afraid to fly in that plane. You understand? Okay, so, but don't worry. Ante la duda, to, como verbo. Because it's more common to speak specifically about something. I'm afraid to. Uy, tengo miedo de llamarle ahora. Se va a enfadar. I'm afraid to call. Normally, I'm not afraid of giving bad news. Normalmente no tengo miedo de transmitir noticias malas. I'm not afraid of giving. Normally, I'm not afraid of giving bad news. But with Charlie, do you want me to call Charlie with the bad news? Phew, I'm afraid of Charlie. I'm afraid to tell him. Ya está más específico. I'm afraid to tell Charlie. I'm afraid to call Charlie. I'm afraid to give Charlie the bad news. Normally, I'm not afraid of giving bad news. But in the case of Charlie, I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid to. Afraid, to be afraid. O sea, literalmente decimos ser miedoso. To be afraid, para el concepto de tener miedo o temer. Temer también es to fear. No temas, don't fear. Pero se dice muchísimo más to be afraid. Are you afraid of ghosts? Are you afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of me? Are you afraid of big dogs? Are you afraid of elephants? Are you afraid of sharks? Yes. Are you afraid of the future? Are you afraid of life in general? Ser aburrido, to be boring. Boring. Is this class boring? Am I boring? ¿Soy aburrido? Yo no estoy aburrido. I'm not bored. But maybe I'm boring. I remember many years ago, perhaps 40 years ago, I was teaching a class with 2 women and 1 man. I don't remember their names. I remember the company, but I don't remember the names of the students. And I was teaching Would You Rather, que veremos más adelante. ¿Preferirías ser elefante o tigre? ¿Preferirías? Would you rather be? And I asked the question, would you rather be bored or boring? Interesting question. ¿Preferirías estar aburrido o ser aburrido? Okay. All right. It's interesting. Would you rather be bored or boring? The 2 women said, I would rather be bored than boring. Logical, me too. But the man, he said, I would rather be boring. And at the beginning, I thought he didn't understand the question. Because he would prefer to be boring than to be bored. I said, excuse me, Alfredo, but boring. No, I understand. I would rather be boring. It's their problem. I don't want to be bored. So I prefer to be boring than to be bored. To be bored is bad for me. To be boring, well, it's a problem with the other people who are bored with me. Interesting logic. So, ser aburrido is to be boring. O sea, aburriente. So, tenemos aburrido y aburriente. Porque no tenemos ser y estar. In Spanish, with ser y estar, of course, you can use the same adjective, aburrido, and it has different meanings. Different meanings. So, and that's true with several different adjectives in Spanish. So, to be boring, ser aburrido. This class is boring. Life is boring. My job is boring. Boring. Coger, to catch. Agarrar, asir. O tomar el tren, to catch. To catch. Here, catch. When you play baseball, one of the basic fundamentals of baseball is catching the ball. It's not easy, eh? If you've never played baseball, and I give you a baseball glove, and then I go 30 meters away and I throw the ball, good luck. Of course, it's very easy to catch the ball if you know how to play baseball. It's very, very easy. It's like walking. But if you've never played, it's difficult. It's like playing golf. I mean, to hit the ball is very easy. It's automatic if you know how to play golf. But it's interesting, the first time a person tries to hit a golf ball, where's the ball? And they don't hit it. They miss the ball. They miss the ball. They don't hit the ball the first time. And many times, the second time, third time, and fourth time, they miss the ball. And to catch a baseball is not so easy because the baseball is coming at 80 kilometers an hour. You need to catch it. And if the batter hits the ball, it's coming at 160 kilometers an hour. You need to catch it here, 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 etc. Or on the ground. So, to catch me if you can. Yes, aprésame. Si puedes. Catch me if you can. That's what happened to the female unicorn. Yes. Noah was pushing 2 unicorns up the ramp. La rampa. Noé. El arca. He was pushing 2 unicorns up the ramp, and God said, Noah, those are 2 male unicorns. Noah said, oh my God. And Noah said to God, well, change one of them. And God said, sorry, Noah. No. You need to find a female unicorn. So he pushed 1 male unicorn into the ark and turned around and started looking for a female. And he found one. But she was a playful unicorn, juguetona. And she said, ha, you want me to go into that big boat, that ark. I don't want to go. So catch me if you can. She said, aprésame si puedes. Catch me if you can. La da 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 da. Catch me if you can. And he tried to catch her. But she was faster than Noah. And he couldn't catch her. And then it started sprinkling. It started to sprinkle. Fíjate con start. Puedo usar el gerundio o el infinitivo. Empezar a chispear. O sea, caer un poco de lluvia. It started to sprinkle. Escrito sprinkle. CK. Or it started sprinkling. And he tried for about 3 more minutes to catch her. And he couldn't catch the female unicorn. So he returned to the ark. And so today we don't have unicorns. And that's the reason. Now you know why. Because the female was so playful that she didn't allow our good friend Noah to catch her. To catch. Llorar, to cry. To cry. To cry. Don't cry for me, Argentina. To cry. Yes. Don't be a crybaby. Don't cry. Don't cry. To cry. Cry también es un grito, o gritar, pero that's more literary. I heard a cry in the dark. Oí un grito en la oscuridad. A cry. But to cry is normally with tears. Tears are falling. Escrito tears. Tears are falling. Yes. Crocodile tears. To cry. Vaciar is to empty. Yes. To empty. To empty the cup. Vaciar. Como la palabra vacío. If I want, if I empty this cup, then the cup is empty. Now the cup is empty. There's nothing inside. See? You see? There's nothing inside. Why? Because I have emptied the cup. All the pencils are on the table. None of them are in the cup. All of them, none of them. All of them, none of them. All of them are on the table. None of them are in the cup. Otra forma. They're all on the table. None of them are in the cup. No, see, they, none. They're all on the table. But I'm going to put them back. But I promise I'm not going to put them back one by one. You say, Richard, ya está bien de los dichosos lápices. I'm going to put them back 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. I'm going to put them back. Yes, I emptied the cup, vaciar, to empty, and now I'm filling the cup with pencils again. I'm putting all of them back. Sometimes 1 by 1 or 2 by 2. I'm putting the pencils back. All right. And I promise not to empty the cup in tomorrow's class. There. All the pencils are back in the cup. All right, to empty. Yes. Planear, planificar. To plan. Yes. To plan. Tomorrow I'm going to come back with these last verbs. Hacer is to make, pero también hacer is to do. La famosa diferencia. The famous difference between make and do. I think we can make do with with a simple explanation. And when I get my voice back between today and tomorrow. So, ahorrar, to save, decir, to say. Y luego, the difference between to say and to tell. Say me, say you. Say you, say me. Mostrar, to show. Lavar, to watch. Oeste, the west. I'll come back tomorrow and finish these and much more. Take care.